Hey everyone, today I want to talk a little bit about branding and why I decided to hire a branding consultant. Welcome back everybody. For those of you guys who are new, my name is Brad, I own my own private practice and primary care clinic. We now have 3 locations, 7 different providers, and we're expanding. All right, so first off, a little bit of history to bring some of you guys who are new up to the channel up to speed. I started this practice about 8 months prior to the pandemic. That was probably the worst time to start a practice. Since then, we've grown to about 20,000 different patients, 3 locations, and now 7 different providers, 4 docs, 3 PAs. I guess the big question is, why a branding consultant? Well, with that growth, anytime that you essentially double your business, you're gonna have to change things because things are gonna break. In the very beginning, when it was just me, people were coming to see me. Whatever I named my practice, I could have called it like Dr. Oak Tree. I could have called it Dr. Oak Tree and no one's gonna come and be like, oh, I go to Dr. Oak Tree. They're gonna say, oh, I go see Dr. Investing Doc. You don't have a brand. Your brand is essentially you. Now, if you're a surgeon, plastic surgeon, you do specialized things, maybe that's a little bit different, especially if you're procedural and you can have some other individuals that work for you. But I'm gonna get into that here in just a second about why you need the brand. As you continue to grow, even when you get a second physician, they're still usually coming, they, meaning the patients, are coming to see you or your business partner. At a certain point in time, usually around 5 different providers, whether it be a mix of MDs, DOs, PAs, NPs, whatever it may be. In my opinion, at that point in time, for non-surgical specialties, outpatient primary care, especially primary care outpatient, you want people to say, I'm gonna go see your brand and not, I'm gonna go see Investing Doc. And the reason for that is that running a business takes a lot of time. Being a physician takes a lot of time. I don't want 2 full-time jobs forever. I would love a mix of those, doing some entrepreneurial duties and also doing patient care. I love doing what I do as a physician. I don't want to retire or quit. But I can't do that if my brand is only people coming to see Investing Doc and not the business as a whole. So as I've said in other videos, you have to be scrappy when you're starting up. And I was very scrappy. I hired someone off of Fiverr for like 15 bucks, created our logo. I did the entire website myself. And up until a few months ago, we did no advertising. And the advertising that we did do, I did it all myself. Now that we have our 3 locations and going to open a 4th location sometime in the future, we're starting the process to look at that. It's become very apparent to me that I need a brand that people need to come see rather than individual physicians. The other reason I would like people to come see the brand and not the physicians is that even though I hired 2 wonderful physicians along with me and my business partner, they're probably not going to stay with the business very long, meaning 5, 10 years. I mean, business changes all the time. We love them. We hope they stay with us a very, very long time, but there's a lot of movement in outpatient primary care. It's a hard job. Some people end up going to urgent care, some people go concierge, some people do aesthetics, whatever it may be. Finding someone who you're gonna hire and realistically think they're gonna stay with you for another 10 to 20 years is probably not realistic for outpatient primary care. So with that, you want them to see your brand. Some of those patients, when that physician leaves, they're gonna go find that physician that left and they're gonna go follow them around. But a good portion of them are gonna stay with you because they're with your process, with the ease of booking. They've gotten used to booking with your practice and they got used to your brand. So the first thing I did was I interviewed 3 different brand consultants. Some of them didn't mesh well at all. One of them was very full of themselves and really just made it seem like they didn't need our business, which is fine, but I don't know, just didn't get a good idea from them. The one that we ended up going with was the middle of the road. They charge about $8,000 or $9,000 for the rebranding. And I think it's worth every penny. They gave us a whole new logo. They gave us a social media kit. These are the pictures and the vibe that you want to go with. These are the fonts that you should use. Here's the colors. Here's the color schemes that go well together. Here's where we think that you should start putting your logo on things. And should you put it to the left or to the right or above? And if so, like how big in comparison to the font should it be? And then general ideas for marketing as well. Like we think that your brand should look like this for your advertisements. You should have the picture here. You should have your logo here. You should have this other text up here. I do some parts of business very well. I do medicine, I would like to think, very well. But at the same time, but you have to know your limitations. And a big part of knowing your limitations is that I'm not good with design. And it became very apparent whenever you go look at our website. We have like 8 different green colors. We have like 8 different fonts on the website. There was nothing cohesive about it. The other thing that the brand consultants brought to my attention is that our website has one name. The name that we call ourselves when you answer the phone is another name. And then the name that is in our Facebook ads is another name, meaning that it's the same name, but we just dropped the clinic from it. They clearly brought up to me that it was like, hey, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you're telling people through your advertisements that you're so-and-so, but then you're adding clinic to that when you pick up the phone. And then your website is neither of those things that you're pushing people to your website to say, hey, visit here. It seems like a no-brainer, but for 5 years, I bought the domain that we're using now 5 years ago, and I bought it for, what is it, $8 or $12? Yeah, to get that premium domain of the one that we wanted, I had to pay money for that. Those of you guys that are in concierge medicine, I'm not hating on you guys. I love all my DPC colleagues or my concierge colleagues, but at the same time, I think that for me, I've been very transparent that I want to grow a large business. I can't grow a business unless we get the brand together, and I've got to get people to stop seeing Investing Doc and start seeing the brand as a whole. That's why I decided to start branding everything. That's why I decided to hire a brand consultant. For anyone watching that is concierge or DPC, you need to define for yourself, what are you going to market yourself as? Now, you could team up with something like MD VIP, but MD VIP is going to take a third of your revenue forever going forward. I don't think it's a good idea. I wouldn't pay for that type of branding. I don't think it's a good idea, and I wouldn't pay for that type of branding, and I don't think you should either. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a good day. I'll keep you updated on the branding updates, and I hope you all be well. See you next time.